study about the adductor canal and the muscles of the front of the thigh. Basically, the adductor canal, which is also known as the subsartorial canal of the hunter's canal, it is present on the medial aspect of the middle one-third of the front of the thigh. So, to see the adductor canal, we have to give 3 incisions. The first horizontal incision is actually the continuation of the lower incision of the femoral triangle, that is in the junction of the upper 1/3 and the lower 2/3 of the front of the thigh, and the lower horizontal incision is actually just above the knee joint, and the middle vertical incision actually joins the 2 medial points or the 2 horizontal incisions. And after opening, and then you have to open the skin flaps, and after opening that, the adductor canal will be just below the sartorius like this. If we vertically place this, this is the position of the adductor canal. This is the position of the adductor canal just below the sartorius. Now the boundaries and the contents of the adductor canal.
Okay, so if we see the boundaries and the contents, let's start with the boundaries. So the roof of the adductor canal is formed by the sartorius muscle, or rather it's a fibrous membrane that is present beneath the sartorius muscle, but it has been removed for the purpose of better visualization. So here we go, here's the sartorius muscle. Next, the anterolateral boundary is formed by the vastus medialis. As we can see here, this large muscle out here. Okay, and after this, yes, thank you. And after this, the posteromedial boundary is formed in the upper part by the adductor longus muscle here, and in the lower part, it is formed by the adductor magnus muscle here. And now, if we talk about the extent of the adductor canal, then it will start from the apex of the femoral triangle that we have discussed in the last video, superiorly, and inferiorly it extends up to the tendinous opening in the adductor magnus. Okay. Now let's move on to the contents of the adductor canal. So as we can see here, there's this large prominent. Thank you. So if we move on to the contents, we have got the large femoral artery here, and this here is the femoral vein. Here is the saphenous nerve, and yes, that's it. That's about the contents. Apart from it, we also have 2 more contents, the 2 divisions of the obturator nerve, but here it cannot be seen. Sorry for the inconvenience. From the femoral triangle, while moving to the adductor canal, the contents, that is the femoral artery, the femoral vein, and the branch of the femoral nerve, that is the saphenous nerve, they actually reverse their positions. Means while moving, the femoral vein, which was the most medial part in the femoral triangle, becomes a lateral part of the adductor canal, and the femoral nerve, which was a lateral content of the femoral triangle, is branched. The saphenous nerve becomes the most medial content of the adductor canal. Now, let us see some of the muscles which we may encounter in the front of the thigh. So, starting with the muscle which forms the anterolateral border of the adductor canal. It is the adductor it is the vastus medialis. This muscle, the vastus medialis. As you can see, the vastus medialis, it travels like this, and soon it forms some near horizontal fibers towards the lower end. Now, more lateral to the vastus medialis, we get a muscle which runs almost straight, almost vertically. This muscle is the rectus femoris, also commonly known as the kicking muscle. Now, if we pull aside the rectus femoris like this, the muscle we would see here, this one, is the vastus intermedius, just lateral to the vastus medialis. And lateral to the vastus intermedius, we find the muscle here, which is the vastus lateralis. Often the vaccines in infants are given in the anterolateral aspect of the thigh. The intramuscular injections are given in the vastus lateralis. And most laterally, we find a condensation of the deep fascia, the fascia lata, and in the most lateral position, it forms a very thick cord, the iliotibial tract. As we can see that on incision, the fascia lata divides into 2 parts or 2 sheets, and its most laterally it gets condensed to form the iliotibial tract. And in the iliotibial tract, we can find the incision of a muscle which is the tensor fascia lata, which we have not incised here, and more backwards or more laterally, we can see the attachment of the gluteus maximus, which is the largest muscle of our body. So, to summarize, today we had seen
Arteries, nerves, and vessels. Arteries and nerves.
that with the incisions we would give to view the adductor canal, the boundaries of the adductor canal, the contents of the adductor canal, and some of the muscles which we would encounter in the front of the thigh. Now, the adductor canal is also called the Hunter's canal or the subsartorial canal. Now, the significance of the name Hunter's canal is because of
There was a scientist called John Hunter who first ligated the femoral artery during the knee transplantation surgery, and that was a very significant discovery. And from that, we got the name Hunter's canal.
the ligation of the femoral artery can also be used to prevent popliteal aneurysm, as it would prevent the blood supply and would prevent the aneurysm from becoming full blown. Thank you.